Rimworld is a game where you control a group of people on an alien world and try to keep them alive. During that time, you bond very much with your people until they are brutally attacked and you have to try and keep them alive. Welcome to Rimworld. These are my 3 people. This is the area I have landed in, and we are going to try and survive. But first of all, let's meet the team. Up first, we've got Valesh. He is good at cooking, good at crafting, good at medical, which is very useful. He will be my hider back, helping everyone, which is always nice. He likes to be underground, he's a body purist, and he is ascetic, which means he likes very minimalist things. However, he is incapable of violence. That, however, doesn't worry me too much because we have Mason Lorenz, who is a misogynist, and is incapable of caring or social activities, but is pretty strong and good at mining, so we've got that going for us. Our final member of the team is Potts, our quick talker, who is going to get us lots of trades and lots of good things. Now, let's have a quick survey of our surroundings, just to get a good idea of where we are and what we need to do. But the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make a bedroom. At least barracks for us initially, but we can see there are a few resources around and about. So if I click on that and click allow, I can start to pick up some resources and maybe put things where they need to be. And we can now get you, Mason, to wear up some of this armour. And let's click go. Who was it? Potts, you can grab the evolver, which is a good idea. And let's then tick the rest of this stuff, which is all good. And then let us try and build a little house. Honestly, I may get Mason to mine. So the way you can control these guys to do things, I'll get to work at some point. If I go to architect, then orders, I'm going to get him to mine a little way into here to make us a little room that is going to have some stuff in it. And if I then go to zone and go to a firstly, let's go to a stockpile zone and stockpile the stuff here, and then I can dump some stuff here, which is nice. So therefore we can get a few things here and about, and these guys should grow and grab some stuff. If I have a quick look at work, you'll see that you can go along and see all these things. I prefer to have it on manual priority so I can get people to do things a bit quicker. But you'll see that Mason here, his jobs are involving the main ones, which are firefight, patient, bed rest, and basic. Have doctor in there, which is useful. But his next one will be hunt and then mine. So I'm going to put him on mine a bit more than hunt right now. But I think that the next thing I will get him to do is get some food. We do have a bit of food to start off with, but the thing is that starts to run out very quickly. But yeah, the other things you can do, hunt, construct is useful later on. I'll put a door on here, which someone will do. Plant cut, smith, tailor. You'll see that most of these are to Valesh at the moment because he's the biggest all-rounder. I may have to bring in Potts to do a few things here and there. But yeah, Valesh can also mine. But it's useful to have somebody, and I think it may end up being Potts initially, who can just haul and clean stuff, which is very useful, because otherwise you end up in a position where there is stuff all over the place and you've got no one to actually do it because they're all doing a bit more important jobs. This is a good little hideaway, actually. I'm liking the river coming through. I'm liking the bits and pieces around here. I can find there's some compacted steel here, which I can use to get some more steel, some compacted machinery. There's a lot of good stuff here, and there's some boomalopes here as well, which are very nice. Let us have a look here. We're getting most of this stuff. We might as well get the knife. As you can see, things also start to deteriorate, which is a bit worrying. But I should be able to maybe get a roof over here. If I go zone roof area, I should be able to get a roof over that, which isn't too much to ask for. If I go to architect now and go to furniture, I can build some beds, which are going to be very, very useful. We have 100 wood here, which is going to be a little tricky. let's rotate these 1, 2, and 3 for now. And where are you, Pots? What are you up to? Ah, we've got some more wood that we're hauling. I need to make a bigger stockpile, probably. So if I click here and expand the zone, if I do another shtick here, we should be all good. Still need 1 more of those, and I also need a recreation activity. If you look down the right here, we've got the things we need to do. So if I quickly go and buy a recreation thing, we've got all this sort of stuff. I could make a chest table, but I'm just going to go for a horseshoe pins at the moment. It's a bit more straightforward. And now we have a house, which is all nice and useful. Mason is almost done there. Valesh is harvesting some berries, and Potts is grabbing those resources. That's always nice. See, look, if I go here, and I can then go reinstall over here, and I'm going to do the same with this one over there once that one's done. Voila. This is all looking really good, and everything is nice. See, Potts is now doing a bit of a tidy. Tidying is actually really important in this game, which would be surprising, because it's actually... they get mood swings and based on how things look and everything. See, look, that's much nicer inside, and I'm sure that they're all about to go to bed, which is nice. Although they don't like sharing rooms, but what are you going to do? Now that they're all asleep, I may put that there for the morning. Cool, so let's have a look at what we can do. We've got a little hut already, which is always a nice start, but we want to probably get ourselves some other stuff, some warm clothes and some other things up and running. If I pause for a second while they're asleep, we can have a look at the things that we can make. So in structures, we've got all of the different, we can make walls out of different materials. We can, in production, we can make different things that can build things. Now, electric stove is going to be very useful for when we start to be able to cook with actual meat and actual veg, which is always useful. However, I've just noticed a slight hiccup we're going to have, which is we don't have any a colonist with good enough construction to build half this stuff, which is going to be tricky. Trying to work out what the best plan of action here is. I think getting people their own rooms is going to be useful. So how much wood do I have? I've got 130 wood. Let's start to plan out some bits and pieces, eh? So, yeah, there we go. I'm putting together some nice rooms for them to sleep in, which will always be nice for them. Let us press play and see how things go. The last game I played of this ended up with us in a very, I don't know, I got quite invested, and then things went badly. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but yeah, it gets intense and busy. If I chop some wood down, I don't really have a plant cutter. If I look at my work, plant cut is just you. If I put, say, maybe you guys here, and then drop that down to a 2, you guys will actually start to chop as well. Will take some time, but we'll start to chop and build these rooms. I should probably put some floors down as well. Floors make people happier. If I get some wooden floors, we'll be good. So I'm going to put some wooden floors down in each of these houses. Just little places for these people to stay. It's a nice little starting off point. See, at the start of the game, you've got everyone doing their own little things, but then eventually it becomes this well-oiled machine, where it's a bit just everything's all over the place. Hey, we've got some rooms now. If I'll reinstall this over here. Everyone has their own room at least now, even though if they're not, what's the mode? Amazingly massive. Bed is no longer assigned to Pots. Well, Pots can now sleep there. Reinstall this here, and reinstall this one here. And now people have got beds to sleep in, which is always nice. We can also make some nice little torch lamps in here, so that they can actually see what they're doing. People like to be able to see when they wake up, which is always a good thing. Why are you doing that? Are you gonna finish off or anything? I'm sorry, Mason. If you zoom in, you'll see quite how slow this is going. But they have to finish the task before they go to bed, which is a little annoying. Boom, there we go. Off you go to bed. Everyone should be at least a little happy. If I go to now, is it social? No. Needs, that's it. You'll see that they've got very low expectations there. There, they have an awful bedroom, but yeah, they've got some good stuff. Thankfully, the very low expectations at the start of the game give you a bit of a respite from them getting angry or anything. One thing I can do, however, is if I go to Mason, who's a night owl, he likes to be up during the night and sleep during the day. So if I go to schedule, you'll be able to see here, if I click and I'll pause, is I could say to Mason that you can do anything in this period, but you can then sleep during the day. 1 second, it's 8 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that means that we always have somebody doing something at least, which is at least a positive.